Here we are. The hardest part is over. That doesn't mean that my mission is finished yet. I still have a lot to work on, and this one is quite interesting.
Which one will I go next? I'm pretty sure this one has been awaited a lot. Let's go with this baby. Oh well, it's not heavy at all. The first time I see a cable that's end up in this direction. Alright, well, anyway. So we have a lot of fans going on. What are all locked, but nothing on the screen. And I don't know where the motherboard is located, because this must be the ballast or the power supply. Or this is the ballast and this is the power supply. This is just the screen. I'm pretty sure the motherboard is on one of the side or inside the head. So let's disassemble that. Big void inside. Here is our main board. That's so funny how much electronic has involved. Like, this is absolutely tiny. For like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 motors. 16 motors in like a cell phone. That's pretty amazing. But enough talking, let's investigate to see what's wrong so I can quote my customer. This is good. And then I'm seeing this data plug here that goes between the screen and the motherboard. Normally that should be a 5 volt here. So a ground and a 5 volt. Let's see if we have our 5 volt. I'm pretty sure it's been generated by this regulator or this regulator or switching power supply. Maybe it's another circuitry. Anyway, let's see if we have a 5 volt. And here we have a 5 volt. Bruh! It's kinda cracked. Anyway, I just noticed there is a teeny tiny little battery just put in here. Looks like a phone battery. Stick it 8. That's so that you can configure and check the DMX address while the unit is not even plugged in. That's very cool. And by the way, this is the lamp ballast, because I can see the communication data here. That goes to this plug here. Let's label a dimmer minus RX-TX 5 volt. But the dimmer is not used. So this is for the lamp, and here on the back is the power supply. So let's first of all check here if I've got all the power delivery. And now it's working back just after a while. Well, to be honest, I don't think there is any problem with the power supply. I think we have a screen issue or a motherboard issue that have a problem with the transmission. This can be a transmitter, which can be one of those chip that is bad, or even simpler, just a cap. So I need to check every caps, because when you got bad caps you can have issue with the transmission because you get a lot of interference. So let's see. This looks okay. For now I'm just checking for blown caps. I thought this was a cap, but this is a microphone. And these are good. This one is good. Whoa, haha! Look at that. I found the problem. This is not good. This needs to be replaced. And then on the power supply, everything seems to be okay. Well, you know what? Let's replace those. Amazingly, I found some replacement, and high quality replacement here, or a bit better at least. But as we can see, even though they are the exact same value or very close, they are much larger, much bigger. Because these are Chinese and they tend to lower the cost a lot and make very tiny stuff because it's less expensive for them. Well, anyway, I'm going to put them in place, but for that I need to remove the board and all the cable here. Oh, nice! Hey! That reminds me something. See, there is only 3 wires per motor, and that's because it's a 3-phase motor, just like in the Alpha Spot 700 that I repaired last time. That's cool. It's glued. Oh, there is a huge thermal pad. Wow, what a huge motor! Wow, it's super tall, very powerful motor here. But we're interested in that, so let's. So this one is open in the top, but this one didn't pop, so it's just uncapped itself. As you can see here. So I always start out by adding a little bit of new solder on each pin. That helps for the thermal transfer. And then I hit up both at the same time, and I gently pull on the cap on the other side with my finger. Just like that. Just like in the last video, the pads are super tiny, and so to help the cap fit through the pad, I'm just going to cut it at an angle so that it's sharper. Just to be safe, because you never know Chinese how they do stuff. I'm going to double check that the ground is the ground. So this is the ground. Alright, this is correct. You better double check than do twice the thing you are doing. Come on! Yes, that's why I hate modern electronics. Everything is just so hard, like... The board is stupidly tiny. I can't even get a nice grip on it. I'm burning myself because the solder doesn't want to melt. The component are almost non-existent because they're so tiny they just disappeared under a blob of solder. This is so frustrating. Finally. It finally went through. Oh my god. It took me literally 20 minutes to get to this point. Anyway. At least it looks cool now. Let's clean up a bit the mess. Nice! A bit crusty, but that's just flux. I really don't care. Alright, let's put it back in the machine. Alright, let's plug it in and see what's going on. Alright, cool. Yes. Yes. Do we have a demo mod? Alright. Nice. Yeah, it's doing some pretty cool stuff. Looks like almost the Robbie point. Nice. I'm going to let it operate a bit, just to make sure that the problem is fixed. Yeah, no wonder these caps were completely gone. This is getting super warm. This motor is hot. Hot air is blowing from here because it's just near the lamp. This is pretty hot air. There is no fan whatsoever and the caps were only 85 degrees. Of course they were going to fail. Normally with these caps the longevity is going to be so much better because these are 105 degrees. As you can see, 105 degrees. So yeah, this is much better. Before we're mounting it, I'm going to clean up this mess that the capacitor made while popping. This is electrolyte, it's not very good. Let's clean that first. Since we didn't have the opportunity to sit inside, I'm going to show you here because there is quite a lot going on. So we start our journey at the lamp housing, so this area. So there is 3 fans, 1 fan on the top, 1 fan on the bottom, 1 little blower on the side here, blowing in front of the lens. This lens is to mitigate the infrared and UV light through the unit. Then we have the first color wheel here, main color wheel I should say. Then we have special wheel with gobos, like beam style gobo. And also an animation wheel at the same time. So this is an animation, so you can put little dots in front continuously. Then standard gobos, right? So this is your typical beam gobos. And then you go to the shutter here to close and open the light. We have another animation wheel here. So we can do one that goes on this one direction, the other on the other direction. Then you have rotating gobos, traditional spot gobos, which I like, glass gobos, very nice. With rotation, of course. Then we have another gobo wheel, but fixed gobo wheel, with again another animation wheel. This is crazy, man. Then out of that you have your zoom and focus module here. And this part is quite interesting. This is all of the effect module. So we have first of all another color wheel, but this time it's a rainbow effect. I know this kind of stuff were quite a lot utilized during the Playpacky period, like with the Golden Scan 3, Super Scan Zoom, State Scan. Yeah, this was quite a lot used. Then we have a prism with like I don't know 16 face. Then we have another prism, but this time only a 6 face, I would say. And then this is quite funny. This is a linear prism. And a little fan here to blow because this stuff is getting quite warm. So yeah, serious little machine. The only downside is that it doesn't have CMI module, which is a bit of a bummer. Like you can do all sorts of shape, even closing the aperture with all of this gobo wheel, but you can't do the color you want exactly. You're stuck with this color wheel. Don't get me wrong, there is quite a lot of choice, but it's pretty limited. All of that on a yoke with 3-phase motor, which is super nice, super quiet. I like those. On this kind of fixture are used to be as complete as possible, and you have it's kind of an hybrid. So you have a traditional spot fixture in combination with beam fixture in combination with a Roby point or mega point. Yeah, it's a lot of things. The only thing missing is, as I said, the CMI module. That could be super awesome. And frost module, which would be nice to have a 3-to-1 fixture. That could also make a very nice wash. But anyway, to be really honest, I prefer to have a separate wash. It's much better. In any cases, yeah, I'm quite a big fan of this fixture, to be really honest with you. Even though it's Chinese and but it's quite repairable. So there's a lot of room inside to access the motor and the module. It's not the best component ever, but I mean, that's alright. The chassis is very sturdy. It seems to be great. The plastic seems to be pretty good quality. And also it's quite robust, quite compact, and quite light for what it is. The only thing is that there is no fan on the bottom, only one fan into this board, but no fan to put fresh air across the units. So it's basically recycling his own hair. No hair for the power supply. And also the whole unit is getting super warm very fast. Like this cover is absolutely bloody hot. But yeah, I mean, for what it is and for the price, I think it's a good deal. To my own choice, I would rather take an older model, but a branded model like Mac 500 or old clay packies, because I like the actual brand. Well, this one is ready to go. I just need to re-put this cover. And I see you for the next video. Have a nice day!